Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Let's Get Cereal, where I, your host, Alyssa Marino, eat cereal and talk about stuff. Today on Let's Get Cereal, we're channeling our inner harvest time fall season, even though it's July. Honey Bunches of Oats, Apple Caramel Crunch. Side note, do you guys say caramel or caramel? I say caramel, tomato, tomato. Oh my gosh, the spices, the cinnamon, possibly nutmeg, apple and spice, just really tickling the old nostrils. For some reason, apples and caramel and cinnamon just remind me of October. I went with my serial killer bowl and spoon set. I really want it to be Halloween already. Before I even pour this bowl, while we're on the topic of Halloween and magic and mystery and frights and wonderful, amazing, occult and macabre things, sending lots of love to For the Johns for this amazing Coven John hoodie. For the Johns, check it out, Black-owned business, Philly-based, little hometown love. Represent Johns wherever you may be. There are straight up chunks, dried apple slices in the cereal. There's flakes. This looks like a damn streusel in here. And further adding to the autumn kind of harvest theme that we're going on, I got this oat milk because it was on sale, I'm not gonna lie. But look at the color scheme. It's like they knew. Rude. So I made sure that I got clusters, got flakes, even a little mini piece of apple in there. My friends, let's get cereal. As the flavor profile developed, I was just so pleasantly surprised and delighted. At first, it's very cinnamony, sweet, spicy, very warm kind of feeling. I feel like I'm describing perfumes again. In a previous life, I used to sell designer perfumes. Oh my gosh, this is so tasty. I 100% also believe the oat milk is doing this bowl a lot of favors here. Yeah, it's really enhancing all these flavors. One of my favorite caramel apple memories actually comes from being on vacation in Disney World with my parents at what used to be downtown Disney. I think now it's Disney Springs. I got a caramel apple from this candy shop that was dunked in caramel so many times that I think it was as big as my head. It was covered in candy and whatever junk. I think there were like Reese's cups on it. This thing was so loaded. I remember biting into it and my teeth only scraped caramel. I don't even think I got to the bite of the actual apple. So that's pretty impressive. That's one of my favorite caramel apple memories. Does anyone else have a caramel apple memory that they would like to share? The floor is yours. Went on my Instagram story, asked for people to offer up some questions for a question and answer. So let's do it, why don't we? Dark Light Clothes asks, what is the max amount of cereal that you can eat in a day? Me personally, the limit does not exist. Maybe that was a trick question. What's the max amount that I personally have eaten in a day? Probably like 6. Theoretically, there is no maximum amount. It's whatever your tummy will allow. My pal Justin asks, have you ever tried Magic Spoon cereal? I did. Cage and I tried Magic Spoon cereal. I didn't love it, but I have heard whispers and rumors that they have reformulated. I would be definitely down to try it again. It was a little bit grainy. It is a high protein cereal, keto friendly, fantastic in theory. I would definitely want to try it again with the new formulation that I heard had happened. Do you remember a cereal called Puffins? I most certainly do. I loved Puffin cereal. I loved the original. I remember liking peanut butter as well. I remember getting them at a health food store when I was like 13 and I didn't really know what a health food store was, like a co-op. I had no idea what this store was, but I found this cereal and it was amazing. Joe Green asked, did you ever order foreign cereal online? Cereal Life did a contest and I won, and they sent me Nesquik cereal, which is exclusive to Canada, which is where they're based. So thank you, Cereal Life. One of the things things that I would love to do as part of Let's Get Cereal is explore different cultures and try cereals from all over the world and break bread with all different kinds of people to learn more about them. So no, I have not yet ordered from other countries, but I want to. As someone who always kind of considered themselves a little bit of an explorer, at least I can explore different foods and different cereals. Alyssa Phillips, what are my thoughts on like if Taco Bell teamed up with Fruit Loops? Hashtag sweet and savory. I love sweet and savory. I don't know if Taco Bell and Fruit Loops are necessarily where it's at. Sounds like an interesting challenge. The wheels are turning. If it existed, I would have to try it just for the novelty of it. I don't endorse it happening, but if it did, I'd be down. My good friend Super Dude asks, what's your opinion on boxed cereal versus bagged cereal? Bagged versus boxed cereal. I say, if it tastes good, who cares about the packaging, right? Just either way, just recycle it. Sock Monkey Mike asked, is Raisin Bran cereal the worst cereal ever invented? No, the worst cereal ever invented is Grape Nuts. Grape Nuts is like chewing on concrete, like just grinding pebbles. It destroys jaws. I hate Grape Nuts. Thank you everyone who submitted questions. I'm sorry I didn't get to all of them, but I do appreciate that you guys cared enough to ask. Although I am 100% appreciative of the questions, my cereal has gotten a little soggy. And although we used oat milk, this isn't oatmeal. For the last little soggy bits of this cereal, let's take a look at the back of the box. Welcome to the apple orchard. I freaking love apples. All different kinds of apples. Fuji apples, Macintosh apples, Gala apples, even Red Delicious. It's kind of boring, but whatever. Honeycrisp, apple orchard. Guys, we got some jokes. You ready? Why did the apple cry? Its peelings were hurt. What did the apple tree say to the hungry caterpillar? Leave me alone. Actually, as a kid, I used to be really afraid of caterpillars. Then I sucked it up and I got one to crawl on my finger, and it was actually really cool and fuzzy, and now they're okay, but I'm still very weary. What reads and lives in an apple? A bookworm. Okay. Worms I actually do hate. Worms I just never got over. They scare the crap out of me. I don't know why. It makes no sense. They are very small. They are not going to endanger me in any way. They just weird me out and they make me feel real funny when I see them. And last but not least, our last joke. What kind of apple has a short temper? A crab apple. Get out. I love cereal box humor. All right, my friends, bottoms up. The clusters, when they're completely saturated, not really as yummy as when we first started, but that's okay. It's my own fault. We did the Q&A. What are we gonna do? Thank you again for joining me as I eat cereal and talk to you. I hope you enjoy a fantastic rest of your day and rest of the week and whatever may have you. Subscribe, follow along. We got new episodes every Saturday. Don't forget, do your best to be your best. Now and always. I'll see you later.